beginner real estate investor Q&A. So for those that don't know me, I recently just closed on my first flip, getting ready to start the process, and I'm so excited to document my journey. So if you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you guys go subscribe. My name is Stephanie Kabidi, and here you are with Investing with Steph. So with my channel, I definitely want to gear it towards a lot of real estate investing. Yes, I will still post about being an agent here and there, but I wanted to talk about investor questions. I know a lot of people ask me, like, Stephanie, how did you get your first flip? How did you, start out with wholesaling? How did you do this? How did you do that? So I wanted to give back, even though I'm super new. So like, I may not even know the answer to some of these questions, but I feel like answering some of these questions will actually help me learn them as well, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go over some of these questions that I made a post on Instagram. So a lot of you guys had all these questions to ask me. So we're gonna go right through Instagram, see what we got here. And I'm so excited to see what we have. But before we start, like I said, go subscribe if you're not subscribed. Click that like button right now for me. Pause the video, click the like button. All right. Now let's keep going. First person that we're gonna start off with is Gavin Leonard, if you can see the question right here. And he said, what is cap rate? So crazy thing is I was actually thinking about getting an 8-unit, but don't think I'm going to do that at the moment. But I had to learn what cap rate was. And cap rate is basically your return on investment. So that's when the formula is when you take your net operating income divided by the market value, you'll get a percentage, and that percentage will tell you if it's, a higher percentage, that means that this property is a higher risk but a higher reward. If the percentage is lower, then it's a lower risk, a lower reward. So that's pretty straightforward. I can't really dive into so much detail just because, like I said, I'm still learning myself and I haven't actually done a multi-unit deal. This flip is just a single family, it's just a condo. So once I get more into the multifamily realm of things, I'll definitely make more content surrounded around that. Now, the next question we have here is from Wealthy Andrea. Sorry if I mispronounce any of these usernames. I'm literally the worst at pronouncing names. But her question was, do you need a certain amount of money to start? So you actually don't, a lot of people would say, but I would say at least $300 to $500. The best thing to do is start wholesaling, just so you can start finding deals, start learning how to find deals, because once you start mastering that, then like everything else is going to come so much easier to you with like finding the deals for the flip, finding rental properties if you want to do that in the future. But I recommend $300 to $500. You can start driving for dollars. If you don't have a car, you can walk for dollars. And what driving for dollars is you go in your car, drive around your neighborhood or different areas within your city, and you're just looking for houses that have overgrown grass, that may have boarded up windows. It just looks like it's in some sort of distress. And what you do is you write down the property address. You want to go home, skip trace it to get the property owner's name and number, and then you call them up asking to see if they would like to sell their house, if they would consider a cash offer. So that's the cheapest way to go about it. And the main thing you're paying for is the skip tracing, which it's not too much. That's why I say $300 to $500. And then you will have to pay for an earnest money deposit if you and the seller agree on the price, which could be $1, it could be $10, $100, $300, whatever you and the seller agree on. The next question we have here is from Flory Janai. I'm literally the worst at pronouncing these. But they said, what is the difference between an agent, a broker, and an investor, and what do they do? So an agent, they are working on the traditional real estate realm of things. All right, so they're helping buyers, they're helping sellers, and everything's on market. Now, a broker is overlooking an agent, so they're making sure that their contracts are done correctly, just so they're not in any legal trouble. So they're just supervising over the agent. And then lastly, an investor is one that mainly deals with off-market properties. Sometimes there will be a good deal that comes on market, but investors like to focus on fix and flip. They like to focus on wholesale deals. They like to focus on building their rental portfolio. So different things like that. That is what differentiates a real estate agent, a real estate broker, and a real estate investor. Next question we have here is from Chocolate the Boxer, and he said, how did you start? So I actually started as a real estate agent, and then I got into real estate investing. And before I even became a real estate agent, it was like 3 years ago, my mom took me to this real estate seminar, and I was really interested in, what they were saying. They were talking about wholesaling a little bit, but they only give you that little bit just so you're able to buy the course, and they just lead you on each and every time. But my mom bought that course. We went to that like 3-day seminar thing, and then still it wasn't enough information. So I went on YouTube University, was watching a lot of King Kong videos, Wholesale to Million, Brent Daniels, all these type of real estate investors, and that's what really got me even more interested into it. But I never really followed through with real estate investing, with wholesaling in general. But then time came around, it was like a year later, then I got my real estate license, and then I started focusing on wholesaling again. And then I was like, no, I gotta stay focused on being an agent. And then now we're at a time where I have my first fix and flip, and I just, I love investing. It's so much fun. And being an agent, it's great and all, but investing, man, it's a whole different ball game. And, it's way more excitement for me, if that makes sense. The next question is from C. Young, and they asked, is it possible to balance it out with being in college? So balance, being a real estate investor while being in college. And the answer is yes. I actually have a couple of friends that are real estate agents and investors that are also doing college. I do not know how they do it, but they get the job done, and they're doing really well. So it definitely is possible. The next question I have here is from IJ.2X, and they said, if you're starting out with $0, what steps do you take in getting financing? So for me, I had some money in my bank account, but it wasn't like enough where I could fund a flip. So to be able to get that money to do a flip or, buy a rental property, you're gonna wanna network with other investors within your city, within your state, and build those relationships. So that's what I did. And whenever I found a deal, I sent it to the most trusted investor I knew, and he came, looked through the property, saw that it was a deal, and we partnered up, and he's mentoring me through this first fix and flip. So that's what I recommend. Go on Facebook, go into those investing groups, see, when those meetups are, and start going to those meetups, because that is going to be huge. When you're growing your real estate business, you want to just start building those relationships. So when you do come across a deal, then you can, text up an investor and say, hey, I have this great opportunity. Didn't know if you want to partner up on it. And they may be able to provide the funds where you go in with $0. Just like me, I came in, found the deal. He's mentoring me, partnered up, and I didn't even have to bring any of my money to the table. So the next question we have here is from nextbillionaire_1. And they said, I'm 17 and want to get into real estate investing. Any tips? So I recommend just starting out as wholesaling first, like I was saying in the beginning of the video. Wholesaling is like the main thing, the bread and butter you want to focus on, because you'll start getting more, cash coming in. And once you start having cash coming in, then you can, focus on putting money down for a down payment on a rental property and start your rental portfolio. Doing wholesaling, it's little to no money, very, very little risk. And if you were to do a fix and flip, that's great too, because you may be able to find a great deal that you don't want to wholesale out. So just make sure you're networking out there to find someone you can partner up with, where you don't even have to bring your money to the table to do that fix and flip, because you already found that good deal. So focus on wholesaling. Freeways are driving for dollars. You want to make sure you're marketing. You can cold call. You can also door knock. I've been implementing door knocking into what I'm doing now, and I think it's a great way to get your name out there and get business that way. There's so many other ways, but those are definitely the cheapest. Now, if you're looking to get more in an expensive route, you know, you can get that website, do Facebook ads, Instagram ads, all that stuff, TV commercials, but that's way more on the expensive side of things. I would say just focus on driving for dollars right now. The next question I have here is from Adrian_._Maldonado. Hopefully I said that right. But he said, what are your thoughts on house hacking? So it's crazy because I actually plan on doing a house hack this year. Not sure exactly when, but I do plan on doing it. But house hacking is a great way to get started in real estate investing if you have some money for a down payment. And for those that don't know what house hacking is, that's when you purchase a duplex, a triplex, or a 4-unit, and you live in one unit and rent out the rest. And those tenants that are living there, they're giving you rent, but that rent is going towards the mortgage, so you're basically living for free. And that's a great way to start out and something I plan on doing in the future. The next question we have here is from Georgini04. But they said, could you explain how you got the property for $0? So I didn't get the property for $0. We got it under contract for $135,000. And then we asked for the hard money lender to give us $175,000, I believe, because we have estimated rehab costs as $30,000. But that hard money lender, they had the option of 100% financing because my partner has a good relationship with him. So you want to make sure you're building those relationships, and that's how I was able to come. You know, I didn't have to bring any money out of pocket for this deal. I'm the one that just brought the deal, which is huge because right now finding deals are pretty tough. So I brought the deal, my partner got the hard money lender, and then I didn't have to bring money to the table. So now the last question we have here. This is from Kim Kardashian. And they said, how hard is it to find any guidance in the beginning of your career? And when I was starting out as a real estate agent, it was pretty tough just because I was with a brokerage that didn't really give me training. You know, I was kind of just struggling there, not knowing the contracts because they really didn't touch on them. And I just didn't get the right mentorship there. So that's when I went to a different brokerage, got all the training I needed. And then I also started going out to different meetups within my local area, breakfast meetups, you know, the night meetups, all this stuff with real estate investors. And that has really been huge to, you know, speeding up my growth with the real estate agent side as well as being a real estate investor. So in the beginning, it was pretty tough. But as I found the right brokerage, as I found the right trainer, the right mentor, that is when it really started speeding up the process of learning things. So that is all the questions for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Go subscribe if you're not subscribed. I am going to be documenting my flip journey on here. I'm so excited. We're gonna get started pretty soon. I'm gonna give you guys a tour of the flip. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath condo, and I'm super excited to share that with you. So make sure you turn that bell notification button on so you guys never miss an upload. You'll never miss when I upload. And go follow me on Instagram. Check it out. You know, I do a lot of behind the scenes, post on TikTok, Instagram Reels, stuff like that. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.